Hello students, today's session is a discussion of Neet UG 2021 examination, chemistry question paper, code M2. First question number 51. Given below are two statements. Statement 1, aspirin and paracetamol belong to the class of narcotic analgesics. See, statement 1, aspirin and paracetamol belong to the class of narcotic analgesics. It is not correct. Aspirin and paracetamol belong to the class of non-narcotic analgesics. Coming to statement 2, morphine and heroin are non-narcotic uh, analgesics. In the light of morphine and heroin are non-narcotic. They are actually narcotic analgesics. So statement 2 is also incorrect. Then, so what will be the option? Second option. Both statement 1 and statement 2 are false. Both statements are false. Then coming to question number 52. The correct structure of 2,6-dimethyl duck 4-ene is. When you go through 4 options, you find that option 1 is correct. Then question 53. BF3 is planar and electron deficient compound. Hybridization and number of electrons around the central atom respectively are. BF3 everybody knows. Hybridization is sp2. Then it is an electron deficient compound. So there are only 3 bonds around boron atom. 3 BF bonds. Each bond contributes 2 electrons. So option 6 electrons. 6 electrons around the central boron atom. So option 3 is correct. sp2 and 6. Then coming to next question 54. Noble gases are named because of their inertness towards reactivity. Identify an incorrect statement about them. If we go through all the options, we find that option 2 is incorrect. The statement given here is noble gases have very high melting and boiling points. We know that gases have very low melting point and boiling point. Then how is it possible noble gases have very high melting and boiling points? So it is an incorrect statement. So option 2. Then coming to question number 55. The molar conductance of NaCl, HCl and CS3COONA at infinite dilution are 126.45, 42, 426.16 and 91.0 Siemens centimeter square mole raised minus 1 respectively. Molar conductance of acetic acid at infinite dilution. In this question, we are asked to find out molar conductance of a weak electrolyte. For this, we are given molar conductance of 3 strong electrolytes NaCl, HCl, CS3CONA. Applying Colorada's law, we know that molar conductances of HCl and CS3CONA should be added. From this, molar conductance of NaCl should be subtracted. So the answer should be 390.71. So option number 2 is correct. Next question 56. Right option for the statement Tyndall effect is exhibited by is. Here the option 3 is correct because when you go through all the options we find that star solution is a colloidal solution. Tyndall effect is the property of a colloidal solution. So option 3 is correct. Then next question 57. RBC deficiency is a deficiency disease of, actually it is vitamin B12. Option 1 is correct. Then dihedral angle of least stable conformer of ethane is, least stable conformer means eclipsed conformation. So for eclipsed conformation, dihedral angle is 0 degree. Option 4 is correct. Then 59. The incorrect statement among the following is, when you go through all the 4 options, we find that option 2, the statement corresponding to option 2 is incorrect. Most of the trivalent lanthanide ions are colorless in the solid state. Actually, they are colored ions. Most of the trivalent lanthanide ions are colored. So, here the option 2. Then next question, question number 60. Major product formed in the dehalogenation reaction of 2-bromopentane is pent-2A. This product formation is based on, it is an elimination reaction. Dehydrogenation reaction is an elimination reaction. For all elimination reactions, the major product is decided by Say's rule. So the correct option is 1, Say's rule. Next question is 61. Which among the following is correct option for a right relationship between Cp and Cv for 1 mole of an ideal gas? Cp means heat capacity at constant pressure, Cv heat capacity at constant volume. Everybody knows these two terms Cp and Cv are related as given in the second option, Cp minus Cv equal to R. In physics, this relationship is known as Mayer's relationship. So option 2 is correct. Question 62. Which one of the following polymers is prepared by addition polymerization? Addition polymerization is obtained from monomers having carbon to carbon double bond. When you go through these 4 options, we find that Teflon, the polymer Teflon, the monomer is CF2CF2. Carbon to carbon double bond is carbon to carbon bond is double bond. So Teflon is formed from tetrafluoroethene. So correct option is Teflon. Next question 63. What is the UPAC name of organic compound formed in the following chemical reaction? Acetone. On the arrow you can see ethyl magnesium bromide in dry ether followed by hydrolysis. Acetone is a ketone. Whenever a ketone is treated with a Grignard reagent followed by hydrolysis, the product is always tertiary alcohol. Product is tertiary alcohol. Then how many carbon atoms are present in tertiary alcohol? You can just add the carbon atoms in acetone and carbon atoms in Grignard reagent. In acetone, everybody knows the formula CH3COCH3, 3 carbon atoms here. Grignard reagent C2H5 are 2 carbon atoms. So we are expecting 3 plus 2, 5 carbon tertiary alcohol. A 5 carbon tertiary alcohol. When you go through all these options, option 4 gives a 5 carbon tertiary alcohol, 2-methyl butane 2-ol. So option 4 is correct. Then question 64, match list 1 with list 2. In list 1 you can see 4 compounds. List 2, their shapes have been given. PCl5, it is a molecule with no lone pair of electrons on the central atom. Hybridization is sp3d. So they expect no lone pair. So we have regular geometry. sp3d hybridization, the geometry is trigonal bipyramidal. S sub 6, it is also a compound with no lone pair on the central atom. So we are expecting a regular geometry. S sub 6 hybridization is sp3d2. Regular geometry is octahedral. Then BF3 is also a compound having no lone pair of electrons on the central atom, boron atom. So we are expecting a regular geometry. Hybridization is sp2. Hybridization is sp2, so geometry is trigonal planar. But Br5, here bromine atom, the central bromine atom has one lone pair of electrons. Hybridization is sp3d2, but it is a distorted octahedral structure. In this case, it is square pyramidal. So, analyzing this way, we find that option 1 is correct. Then question 65. Which one of the following methods can be used to obtain highly pure metal which is a liquid at room temperature? Whenever a liquid is there, we are using the purification method distillation. So option 3 is correct. Next question, major product of the following chemical reaction. See, here you can see carbon to carbon double bond. The addendum is SBr in presence of peroxide, benzoyl peroxide. So we are expecting the addition reaction in accordance with the anti-Markovnikov rule. So bromine should go to CH2 carbon atom, hydrogen goes to CH carbon atom. As a result, the product will be as per option number 1. Correct option is 1. Tritium, a radioactive isotope of hydrogen, emits which of the following particles? Everybody knows tritium is a beta emitter. So option 1 is correct. Next question, correct sequence of bond enthalpy of CX bond. Bond enthalpy is the value of bond enthalpy, whether it is weaker or stronger bond, it is decided by bond length. If X means halogen atom, smaller halogen atom will form CS bond with a shorter length. So when F is when X is F, fluorine atom, CX bond is smallest and bond enthalpy is highest. So the correct option is 2. CH3F, bond enthalpy highest, then comes CH3Cl, CH3Br, CH3I. Then question 69, right option for the number of tetrahedral and octahedral voids in hexagonal primitive unit cell. Here what we do is, in hexagonal primitive unit cell, how many particles are there? In hexagonal unit cell, number of particles n is equal to 6. So you can predict how many tetrahedral voids? 2n, twice the number of particles in the cell. So 12. Then octahedral voids, it is same as the number of particles. So octahedral voids 6. Therefore option 4 is correct. Then 70, question number 70. Which of the following is the metal displacement reaction? Choose the right option. A metal displacement reaction means a solution of metallic compound is treated with another metal. So if we go through 4 options, we find that it is a metallic compound, solution of metallic compound containing chromium ions. It is treated with another metal, aluminium, then aluminium displaces chromium ions. So option 2 is correct. Coming to question number 71. Choose the correct option for graphical representation of Boyle's law which shows a graph of pressure versus volume of a gas at different temperatures. Whenever Boyle's law isotherms are given, remember this point. In Boyle's law isotherms, higher curves from x-axis corresponds to higher temperature. When you go through all these options or all these graphs, we find that the last option in these curves, the higher curve from x-axis represents higher temperature. So option 4 is correct. Then question number 72. pKb of dimethylamine, it is a weak base. pKa of acetic acid, it is a weak acid, are given as 3.27 and 4.77. The correct option for the pH of dimethyl ammonium acetate solution. Dimethyl ammonium acetate is a salt of weak base dimethylamine and weak acid acetic acid. For the solution of a salt of weak acid and weak base, there is an equation for pH. pH is given by 7 plus half pKa minus pKb. Substituting the values, we get the answer 7.75. So option 3 is correct. Then question 73. Among the following alkaline earth metal halides, one which is covalent and soluble in organic solvents. We know that first member of in a family, the compounds of first member in a family is usually covalent and hence soluble in organic solvents. In alkaline earth metals, the first member is beryllium. So beryllium compounds are covalent in nature. So option 4 is correct. Next question 74. Maximum temperature that can be achieved in a blast furnace. In NCERT textbook, it is clearly given that maximum temperature in a blast furnace is 2200 Kelvin. So option 2 is correct. Then coming to question 75. Ethylene diamine tetraacetate EDTA ion is actually the option 1 is correct. Hexadentate ligand with 4 oxygen atoms and 2 nitrogen donor atoms. So what about EDTA? In EDTA, diamine part provide 2 nitrogen atoms for coordination bonds. Then tetraacetate, 4 acetate part is there. They will be providing 4 oxygen atoms for coordination. So total 6 atoms are there for coordination. So it is hexadentate ligand. 4 are oxygen atoms and 2 are nitrogen atoms. Correct. Then coming to question 76. The following solutions were prepared by dissolving 10 gram of glucose in 250 ml water. It shows osmotic pressure P1. 10 gram of urea in 250 ml water showing osmotic pressure P2. 10 gram of sucrose in 250 ml water showing osmotic pressure P3. The right option for the decreasing order of osmotic pressure of these solutions is. So here we are given 2 different solutions. Then we have to compare their osmotic pressure. For comparing the osmotic pressure, what we do is we should know the concentration of these solutions. As concentration increase, for a solution concentration increases, osmotic pressure also increases. So 10 gram glucose in 250 ml, when you work out, concentration is 0.22 molar. 10 gram urea in 250 ml, concentration will be 0.67 molar. 10 gram sucrose in 250 ml corresponds to 0.12 molar. So The solution which is having more concentration shows greater osmotic pressure. So out of these three solutions, urea shows more osmotic pressure, then glucose solution, then last sucrose solution. So for urea solution, the symbol is P2. This is P2. Then glucose solution P1, sucrose solution P3. So P2 greater than P1 greater than P3. Option 1 is correct. P2 greater than P1 greater than P3. Then next one, 77, it is a statement problem. Statement 1. Acid strength increases in the order given. HF far greater than HCl, far greater than SBr, far greater than HI. This is correct option. Correct statement. Then statement 2. As the size of elements fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine increases down the group, bond strength of HF, HCl, SB or HI decreases, and so acid strength increases. This statement is also correct. So statement 1 is correct, statement 2 is correct. So option 1 is correct option. Both statement 1 and statement 2 are true. Coming to question 78. Structure of beryllium chloride in solid state and vapor phase are. Uh, the correct option is 1. In solid state, beryllium chloride has chain structure, and in the vapor phase, it forms dimer structure. So option 1 is correct. Then question 79. For a reaction A giving B, enthalpy of reaction is 4.2. Enthalpy of reaction means delta H. Delta H is negative. Enthalpy of activation is 9.6 kJ per mole. Correct potential energy profile for the reaction is shown in option. Since enthalpy of reaction is negative, delta H is negative, the reaction is definitely exothermic reaction. For exothermic reaction, reactants are at higher energy level than products. So when you go through 4 options, option 2, in option 2 you can see the reactant represented by A is at higher energy level than the product B. So option 2 is correct. Coming to question number 80. Zirconium with atomic number 40, hafnium with atomic number 72 have similar atomic and ionic radii because of. See, for zirconium it is present in second transition series, hafnium in the third transition series. So we are expecting hafnium atomic size greater than zirconium because one more shell is present in hafnium. But what happens is that between zirconium and hafnium there occurs lanthanide contraction. Between zirconium and hafnium there will be lanthanide contraction. Due to lanthanide contraction, what happens is that atomic size reduces by one shell. So lanthanide contraction can reduce atomic size by one shell. As a result, zirconium in the second transition series, and hafnium in the third transition series, both are having same atomic and almost same atomic and ionic radii. So the correct option is third one, lanthanide contraction. Then coming to question number 81, a particular station of All India radio, New Delhi, broadcasts on a frequency of 1368 kHz, 1368 kHz. The wavelength of electromagnetic radiation emitted by the transmitter is. For doing this problem, we know the relation wavelength lambda is equal to C by frequency, C by nu. C is velocity of light, nu is frequency. Both are given in the question. Velocity is 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. It is given here. Then frequency nu given here 1368 in kilohertz. So when you substitute the values, C 3 into 10 raised to 8 divided by nu 1368 into 10 raised to 3. So kilohertz, it is to be converted to hertz. So we are multiplying with the 10 raised to 3. The answer should be 219.29 meter. So option 1 is correct. Next question 82. An organic compound contains 78% by weight of carbon, remaining percentage of hydrogen. Right option for empirical formula of this compound is. Option 3 is correct. Then 83. Compound which shows metamerism is. Option 4 is correct. C4H10O can be written in two different forms of ether. First form methyl N-propyl ether. Next one is diethyl ether. Coming to question number 84. Identify the compound that will react with the Insber's reagent to give a solid which dissolves in alkali. We know that primary amine reacts with Insber's reagent to form a solid soluble in alkali. When you go through these four options, the third option is primary amine. So primary amine reacts with the Insber's reagent to give a solid soluble in alkali. So option 3 is correct. Then coming to question number 85. Correct option for the number of body-centered unicells in all 14 types of Bravais lattice unicells is. We know that we have 7 crystal systems. Out of these, first 3 crystal systems, cubic, tetragonal and orthorhombic crystal systems, have body-centered unicells. So option number 4 is correct. Next question is 86. Match list 1 with the list 2. In list 1, you can see complex compounds. In list 2, magnetic moments are given. For first complex, all the complexes are complexes of iron. In the first complex, iron shows +3 oxidation state, next one +3, next case +2, last case +2. So for iron, the configuration is 3d6 4s2. In the +3 oxidation state, configuration is D5. When iron is in the +3 oxidation state, configuration is D5. Here strong ligands are there. So hybridization is D2sp3. As a result, only one unpaired electrons are there in this structure, first structure. For one unpaired electron, magnetic moment is 1.73 Bohr magneton. For second complex, here also iron in the +3 oxidation state, but weak ligand. For weak ligand, what happens is that hybridization is sp3d2, high spin complex. So here 5 unpaired electrons are there. So for second complex, magnetic moment is 5.92 Bohr magneton. The third complex, iron in the plus 2 state as well as strong ligands are there. When iron in the plus 2 state, uh, configuration is D6 and strong ligands are there. So D2sp3, D2sp3. So no unpaired electrons are there. So for third complex, magnetic moment is 0 Bohr magneton. The last case, ligand is weak, H2A is a weak ligand, iron is in the plus 2 oxidation state, so D6 configuration, hybridization is sp3d2, high spin complex. Here there are 4 unpaired electrons, 4 unpaired electrons corresponds to magnetic moment 4.90 Bohr magneton. So when you check the options, the correct option is fourth one. Then coming to question number 87, choose the correct option for the total pressure in atmosphere in a mixture of 4 gram oxygen, 2 gram hydrogen confined in a total volume of 1 liter at 0 degree Celsius is given R 0.082 and also temperature 273 Kelvin. Total pressure means P is equal to P1 plus P2. So for P1 plus P2, when you simplify the equation, you get N1 plus N2 RT by V. From the data given in the question, what is N1? 4 by 32, number of moles of oxygen, 4 gram divided by 32. Number of moles of N2, N2 means number of moles of hydrogen, 2 gram divided by molar mass 2. Then substituting for RT by V, 0.082 into 273 by volume 1. When you work out, the answer obtained is 25.18. Option 3 is correct. Next question, sodium acetate, sodium propionate, CS3, CS2, COON, sodium propionate. On the arrow you can see sodium hydroxide, heat, the product is CS3, CS3. So it is evident that it is a decarboxylation reaction. For decarboxylation reaction, we use the reagent soda lime. Soda lime is NaOH and calcium oxide. On the arrow, NaOH is there plus a question mark. So question mark stands for calcium oxide. Option 3 is correct. For irreversible expansion of an ideal gas under isothermal condition, correct option is, for isothermal reaction, internal energy change is 0. Internal energy change is 0. Delta U is 0. Then uh, expansion means entropy increases. Entropy increases. So delta S total, it is not 0. It is not equal to 0. So correct option is 3. Coming to question 90. In which of the following arrangements the given sequence is not strictly according to the properties indicated against it? Here, when you go through these options, you find option 2 is, in option 2, the sequence given is incorrect. See, H2O less than H2S, less than H2SC, H2T. All these compounds are hydrides of oxygen family. In the case of hydrides of oxygen family, acidic strength increases down the group. Acidic strength increases means pKa should decrease down the group, but here it is given as increasing pKa values. So this pair is not strictly following the order. So option 2. Then coming to question number 91. Molar conductivity of 0.007 molar acetic acid is 20 Siemens centimeter square mole raised to minus 1. What is the dissociation constant of acetic acid? Choose the correct option. Also given limiting molar conductivity of S plus ions, limiting molar conductivity of CH3CO minus ions. Okay, the first thing we have to find out is alpha, degree of dissociation. Degree of dissociation alpha is actually lambda Cm divided by lambda 0m. Substituting the values. What is lambda Cm at a given concentration? What is the value of limiting molar conductivity? 20. Then lambda 0m, limiting molar conductivity, it is given by the sum of the ionic conductances. 350 plus 50, 400. So we get degree of dissociation value as 20 by 400 equal to 0.05. Then what about dissociation constant? Dissociation constant Ka is equal to C alpha square. C alpha square. So C is given here 0.007. We are substituting the value here. Then alpha we have found out 0.05. Here I am substituting 0.05. C alpha square 0.05 raised to 2. So the answer is 1.75 into 10 raised to minus 5. Option 3 is correct. Next one, question 92. The slope of Arrhenius plot lnk versus 1 by t of first order reaction is minus 5 into 10 raised to 3. The value of activation energy EA. We know that for this graph, the slope is given by minus EA by R. Rearranging this, you get activation energy EA. EA is equal to minus slope by R. Minus slope means minus of slope is given here minus 5 into 10 raised to minus 3. Minus slope means 5 into 10 raised to 3 divided by R. R value is given in the question 8.314. So the answer will be 41.5. Option 1 is correct. 93. Question 93. Product formed in the following chemical reaction. Here you can see in the structure you can see a ketonic group is there, an ester group is there. On the arrow reducing agent is sodium borohydride in alcohol. Sodium borohydride is a weak reducing agent. It can reduce only ketonic group, it cannot reduce ester group. So the correct option is fourth one. When ketone is reduced, it becomes a secondary alcoholic group. Ester group remains unchanged. So option 4 is correct. Coming to question number 94, match list 1 with list 2. In list 1, reactants and reagents have been given. In list 2, you can see name of reactions. First case, benzene with reagent carbon monoxide, HCl, anhydrous aluminum chloride or cuprous chloride. Whenever you see this reagent, remember that it is a reaction, Gattermann-Koch reaction. Then second case, a ketone with the end CH3CO, reagent is sodium hypohalate. Then we remember the reaction, it is nothing but haloform reaction. Then next case, alcohol reacting with the acid in presence of concentrated sulfuric acid. Definitely it is esterification reaction. Then acid treating with halogen in presence of red phosphorus. It is nothing but Helvolat-Zelinsky reaction, HV is a reaction. So checking the options, we find that fourth option is correct. Coming to question number 95. Which of the following molecules is non-polar in nature? Option 3 is correct. In SbCl5, it has a regular geometry because it has no unpaired electrons on central atom. Whenever a molecule is having regular geometry, it has no dipole moment. It is a non-polar in nature. Coming to question number 96. From the following pairs of ions, which one is not an isoelectronic pair? First option, both species will be having 10 electron each. Second option also, both species will be having 10 electron each. Third option, 23 electron each. So first three options are isoelectronic pairs. The last one, when you come to last two option, Fe2 plus, it has 24 electrons. Mn2 plus, it has 23 electrons. So last option does not form any isoelectronic pair. So option 4 is correct. Then coming to question number 97. The correct option for the value of vapor pressure of solution at 45 degrees Celsius with the benzene to obtain in molar ratio 3:2. When you work out, you get the answer. The option 3 is correct. 336 millimeter of mercury. Then question number 98. Match list 1 with list 2. In list 1, some reactions have been given. In list 2, consequences have been given. So first one, it is an oxidation of sulfur dioxide to sulfur trioxide. It represents actually the phenomenon tropospheric pollution. HOCl in presence of HNO giving chlorine free radicals. It represents ozone depletion. This is the consequence. Then calcium carbonate treating with the sulfuric acid liberating carbon dioxide. It causes acid rain. Carbon dioxide is responsible for acid rain. Then NO2 in presence of HNO giving NO plus oxygen. It represents the consequence smog. So checking the options, we find that third option is correct. Third one is correct. Then question number 99. Reagent R in the given sequence of chemical reaction is tribromoaniline is given. On diazotization, NH2 group converted to N2Cl. In the last case, N2Cl have been removed. On the arrow, reagent R is given. What is the reagent used for removing N2Cl? We have two reagents. One is hypophosphorus acid, or you can use ethyl alcohol. In the option we have been given ethyl alcohol, so our second option is correct. Last question, question number 100. The intermediate compound X in the following chemical reaction is, toluene is given there, plus chromate chloride in presence of carbon disulfide. Intermediate compound X, on hydrolysis we get benzaldehyde. It is actually a third reaction. So the intermediate will be corresponding to option 1. If you like this video, please subscribe this channel. Also give like, comments and share this video. Thank you.